Hey bitches, welcome back to my channel. I'm sitting here once again with, y'all already know, that
Hello.
we are of course a little bit elevated, and I feel like we would have to be to discuss the things that we are about to discuss, because the first one is once again none other than Miss Brittany Dawn. I think that she's feeling really confident in this lawsuit that the state of Texas has filed against her. You guys know that it's been postponed. It was like supposed to start on March 6th, but they postponed it because allegedly Brittany Dawn and her team have not turned over around like 89–90% of her financial earnings to the court, which in my opinion, once again, I don't think the state of Texas is like who I'd want to mess with when it comes to like court filings and like just dealing with them at all. Well, I think that she's really confident in this lawsuit because she's been coming online the past few days and kind of like popping off at anyone that has discussed her or her family or anything that has to do with her over the past 4 years.
What's so funny about backwards Taylor Swift saying all this is you can't sue someone for their opinion. You can sue someone for harassment and bullying, so I don't think anybody would ever really condone that, but I have seen people be really nasty to her. But like the commentary and different people talking about this and their takes on the situation, there's literally nothing that she can do. So I don't understand where that's coming from or who she's directing that toward.
Well, as you said, there are people out there that have got like really nasty with Brittany Dawn, and I'm sure that they've like pried into her personal life. I know a lot of people were calling like the foster agency and all of that.
We've talked about this before. There's a line, and I think that you have to be super careful not to cross that line. I think you should be able to give commentary, give your feedback, and give your opinion on the situation. But there are people, even in this case, that just push it too far.
Well, there's always going to be people there in her comment section to remind her of the fact that she is now in a lawsuit with the state of Texas where she is allegedly not turning over like 90% of her financial earnings. It's just like Jaclyn. Nobody is ever going to let Jaclyn forget the fact that she allegedly stole that brand Koze from that other influencer.
That's right. The truth will always be an absolute defense to defamation. So if she did something and people call her out for what she did, it's a fact. So there's really no ground for her to do anything, in my opinion.
Well, that's the one thing that Brittany Dawn is saying that she is going to tell when she's able to. Obviously, she's not able to speak on certain things because a trial is literally about to happen, so anything that she says can be used against her.
Which is actually one of the wisest things that has came out of her mouth. Keeping her mouth shut, like...
Must be a scripture.
That's what she should do.
Well, Fox News wrote an article about Brittany Dawn and this whole entire situation, and she took to her Instagram story to say that when she's able to finally talk about certain things, she is going to want to sit down with Fox News.
The word on the street is that Fox News wrote an article about me this morning. Fox News. And I have my followers to thank. You guys found it and you sent it to me and I clicked on it and I was like, whoa, what is this? And anyways, the reason I'm addressing Fox News and not any of the other articles out there, because they're out there and they're easy to find, is this reason right here. Finally, a fair article was written about me. It has been 4 years. Finally, a fair article was written about me. Sure, they addressed the lawsuit and the trial and all of that. And again, I will talk about that when I can. I can't talk about it when I'm in the thick of it because anything I say could be used against me, right? Anyone that's been through a lawsuit knows that. But they also touched on the fact that I have lived through absolute hell and terror these last 4 years of my life. From cancel culture and cyberbullying. They didn't just share a one-sided opinion. They didn't even take a stance. They had a very neutral territory. And they shared the truth to my side of the story, finally. It just so happens to be that there are a lot of media requests in my inbox right now. And I'm not talking about my DMs, I'm talking about my emails. News reporters, news stations, journalists, all wanting my exclusive interview, whatever that is. So Fox News, this is me saying, I will happily come on Fox News and chit chat with you guys about cyberbullying, about cancel culture that is literally becoming one of my most passionate things to talk about, and about my lawsuit and my trial. When that's over with and I can speak on that, I will happily give you guys my exclusive interview, you and you alone. If you want that, you know where to find me, and all the other news stations can kick rock.
She's ignoring every other news network that is in her email right now because Fox News wrote an article where they came from like a neutral standpoint. She also said that they touched on the fact that she has been cyberbullied and all these things over the past 4 years. I looked over that article. If anyone else wants to go look it up, just type her name into Fox News website. But do you guys know what she meant when they touched on the fact that she's been cyberbullied and harassed all this time? They literally just quoted what she said when she uploaded her TikTok the other day. It was nothing more than that. It was literally just her words. And then it went into like the trial that was supposed to to happen. And then it went into the fact that during all this time, she like turned to God and she had the retreat, and the first retreat happened like last year sometime. So I don't know exactly what she was talking about, but I also skimmed through the comments over on Fox News, like underneath that. They were not good. They definitely were not in favor. So I don't know if she's going to sue all those people too, because those people do not have her side.
Girl, I'm just so sure that these news anchors and journalists are just beating down her door for this story.
The only journalist that I really care about covering this is Kelsey Weekman. I saw on Twitter that Kelsey Weekman was down at the courthouse and she was going to try to like witness this whole thing go down, and then it was postponed. She's keeping us all posted though, so when Kelsey Weekman drops her article about it, that's where we're going to be.
But what's really funny about her saying that and them just mentioning what she said in her TikTok, so she's basically, in my opinion, saying, hey, I want to give them this interview because they're going to agree with me and they're going to further my story. That's how it reads to me with her saying that, because if they're just like mentioning what she said in a quote, that's not them agreeing with her.
No, because you know what, this is honestly what I think that she's going to try to do. And I'm not knocking anybody's religion. I grew up in an extremely Christian household. I went to Christian Academy, all of that. So please don't take it in that way. But I honestly think that what she would do when she got on Fox News is she would try to weaponize the Christianity, and she would say they are coming after a conservative Christian woman, and that's like the most horrible thing that you could be in this country, which I don't think that at all, just for everyone out there. But I honestly think that that is the route that she's going to take, because she knows if she goes elsewhere, no one's going to be down for that bullshit. They're going to be like, girl, no one's attacking you. You literally are being accused of scamming people out of almost like $1 million. But after she did the Instagram story telling Fox News that she will give them the exclusive interview when she can finally do it, she uploaded a reel to Instagram, and it says, when you confirm it's a criminal offense to harass, dox, bully, or stalk a Texas resident, and it's your turn to fight back after 4 years of silence. Now, she captioned that, to everyone that has ever come for me, my family, my career, my income, my reputation, my safety, my home, or my life, I gave you 4 years to share your thoughts. Now it's my turn. Brittany Dawn says that she is fighting back. Now, I wonder if Fox News is going to be interested in that interview if things don't go the way that Brittany is obviously feeling they're going to go in this trial. I really feel like she is going into this and she is being extremely confident. Now, do I think that's going to pay off for her? I don't.
I really would like Emily D. Baker to cover this, because it would be interesting to see her takes on what people say in this court hearing, in this lawsuit, because facts are just simply not defamation. So if she has this long laundry list of people that she thinks she's going to go after, I don't think it'll work for her, because court is not cheap. I think that people that are influencers that threaten lawsuits on other people and media outlets, unless they're like filthy rich like Jeffree Star, a lawsuit is a very big undertaking.
You know what this reminds me of? Do you remember years ago when Shannon Rose was in that lawsuit with Amber Walter, and Amber Walter was being accused of like stealing money from the wedding, slandering Shannon Rose all over the internet, just a slew of things. And of course, Shannon was like accused of things as well.
Do I remember that? Yes, girl.
What was
I was
the
there
outcome
watching
of that?
I think that Shannon Rose won a judgment against Amber.
Well, I guess only time will tell with Brittany Dawn in this trial, whenever it's going to get off the ground and actually get started. And I guess we'll just have to like wait and see if Brittany Dawn is successfully able to go after anybody that has talked about her online. Moving on from that, do you remember the other day when we were talking about Michaela and that concealer sponsorship that she did for like Say Beauty?
If you have dry under eyes, oh my god. Oh my god. I am literally I feel blessed. The Say concealer. Oh, this side is set with powder, this side is not. You don't even have to set this. Like, you can leave it like this and it's freaking gorgeous. I'm gonna put a little bit more just to show you. It's a very creamy formula. It blends so freaking easy into the skin. It melts. It literally melts. Oh my gosh. And then take set-in powder. I'm just taking a loose one. You don't have to set it, but I like to. And I'm just going to lay it on top. This takes powder on top so well. I genuinely have never loved a concealer more than this. Wholeheartedly. This is incredible. I am so happy right now. This is endgame for me, guys. Seriously.
Girl, how could I forget? Everything that Michaela does is life-changing. Of course I remember that.
There are so many sponsor posts from Michaela over on TikTok right now. It is honestly getting ridiculous. I cannot tell you guys how many times. I'm going to start screenshotting every time I see the one for that under eye balm that she did. And it's not the same video every single time, because the comments will either be high or they'll be very low, and the likes will be completely different. Not exactly sure how that works, but I guess that we figured out why she was so excited about that concealer in that video. One, she probably got a nice little paycheck for it, but she posted over on her Instagram story, she said hashtag grifted. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, I mean hashtag gifted. And it goes, this is unbelievable. Wow, thank you, Say Beauty. See you next week in LA. And then there's a card that says, Michaela, can't wait to see you in LA. X, Lainey, and the team say. The color of the bag is gorgeous, but then you have her name on it. And I know that they hand paint those in the store. That color doesn't look good with that bag. It looks like it's just like photoshopped on there. Like she would like put it into Instagram real quick and she just like put it on the bag.
But I will agree, that's suspicious. That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Like, what are the odds that she posts a video of a product that she loves so much, and it is sponsored, right?
Yes.
And it's a sponsored video, and then she gets a bag from them. Those Louis Vuitton luggage bags are not cheap.
They're like $6,000, I think. Which that means that that company got their return on investment. I guarantee you that that sponsored post has been seen by a shit ton of people, and a lot of people have probably gone out to buy that. So they were probably like, okay, let's buy her a bag. Let's fly her out here first class. And honestly, she did caption that video. It says, why did this just change my life? It changed your life.
She's trolling at this point. I wish she would have just given us one of those laughs. That is actually funny to me. I kind of feel like this is Michaela's villain era, and I'm kind of living for it. I don't agree with the shady shit she's doing, but her trolling is of epic levels.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, the trolling about the whole lash thing, like, how many more times can we do it? Like, how many more times are we going to throw shade at that? Like, come on, we don't need another James Charles situation where we hear about him messaging, like, you know, you remember that? It was like all the time he was throwing shade at him, and look at him, had to come out as desperate.
He didn't only come out as desperate, girl. Twitter has the receipts.
Moving on from that, we have to talk about Jaclyn Hill real quick because she is getting called out once again on social media, and this time people are thinking that she's lying about something that she put over on her Koze Instagram.
How dare they? Jaclyn Hill has never told a lie.
She would
not
never.
one time in her entire life.
Well, she put over on the Koze Instagram account that her line and her slippers are none other than Oprah approved. And do you remember back in the day when Oprah was like in her prime and everybody wanted what Oprah was recommending? People would go to her show, they would get to take it home for free. Then it turned into like Ellen DeGeneres. She would do the exact same thing. People were excited. Well, Oprah's back.
Girl,
Oprah's back.
Oprah was the influencer. Oprah
she
was such a household name back in the day. Everybody watched Oprah.
I would get my life watching Oprah with my mom on the couch. Well, the reason that Jaclyn is getting called out for this is because this was on OprahDaily.com. I don't know if you've ever typed something into Google, like say for a ring light, you type in what is the best ring light, and it's going to come up with all these different articles and it's say top 10 best lighting solutions for a new vlogger, or it's going to say like top 8 professional lighting systems. You're going to go to that. It's going to give you a rundown. Of course, there are going to be links attached to it. They are affiliate links 9 times out of 10. That's how these blogs make their money and all of that. Well, Jaclyn's Koze brand, as well as Jaclyn Roxanne for that matter, the Koze brand for the slippers was number 6 on this list, and I think the Jaclyn Roxanne earrings were like number 22 down there. Well, on OprahDaily.com, you can do those articles where you give people a recommendation and all that, and people can literally pay and send their products. You can like test them out if you want to. I don't know if they test them out all the time. It probably just honestly goes to like the highest bidder. Like, I wonder if it's by placement of the item that you're trying to sell. Like, if you want number 1, oh, that's $100,000 right there. You want number 6, that's going to cost you about like $50,000. I wonder.
So they basically do what Michaela does with TikTok.
So basically it's pay for promotion. And this article is titled 32 Great 50th Birthday Gift Ideas for Your Friend, Spouse, or Relative. A golden milestone calls for a special gift. And this is by Pooja Shah. I'm sorry if I'm saying the name incorrectly, but somebody did look her up, and this is what her job description is over on LinkedIn. Setting your brand strategy and adapting it effectively to the right marketing vehicles and the key to grow brand awareness and driving revenue. With the marketing landscape constantly changing, it can be challenging to make sure your marketing efforts are consistent and successful across all platforms. That's where I come in. So this person that Jaclyn Hill tagged over on her Instagram story when she was saying, oh my God, we're Oprah approved. This is not actually Oprah approved. What Jaclyn Hill did, in my opinion, was she got somebody that's going to work with her brand, because that's why 2 of her items are on this list. You're not going to tell me that Oprah put on those Koze slippers and that Jaclyn Hill jewelry and was like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with it, like put it on this list. So what it is Jaclyn found a PR person basically to write up an article, put her thing on there at number 6, and the other one was like number 22, and she thinks it's going to drive sales, and she's doing it under the guise of we're Oprah approved. Oprah doesn't even know. So a lot of people on social media are thinking it's very shady of Jaclyn to make it seem like Oprah approved her items, because honestly, back in the day, I think people would have been like, oh my God, that's so exciting, that's like really cool. The thing on Koze's Instagram had 6 comments, so people are not that excited. One of them was the girl that wrote the article saying the slippers were amazing. 2 of them were for Jaclyn Hill's family members, and then the other one was Jaclyn Hill's closet, which is allegedly her sister, who who is apparently double dipping on posts as well. You remember how people say that Jaclyn Hill has an Amazon affiliate link as well as a reward style? So Jaclyn Hill's Closet, who they claim has no affiliation with Jaclyn Hill, just happens to know even the grainiest of photo. Jaclyn could be at the other end of a football field, and that person could be standing at the other end looking just with the blind eye, no glasses, no binoculars or nothing. They're gonna know that that's vintage Fendi that she's wearing.
Well, you know what's really funny about that to me is, like, to even get into those like reward style-esque sites, I don't know if it's reward style that they're using, you have to have a certain threshold of followers and engagement. So
oh no, her Jaclyn Hill's Closet always popping, because like back in the day, Jaclyn Hill, like people actually wanted everything that Jaclyn was wearing, but now Jaclyn wants to know what everybody else is wearing because she wants to rip off those V-necks that everyone loves for the Koze brand. Because a lot of people are suspecting that Jaclyn Hill is going to do some kind of like athletic line. That's why you've heard so much about the gym recently.
oh yeah,
She's literally asking like what everyone's favorite V-neck is to wear to the gym while she's wearing a V-neck. Is it not the one that you have on, or the ones that you've linked to your Amazon store many times over the past few months? Just link those again. Like, what the fuck? And speaking of links from Jaclyn Hill, somebody thinks that they have cracked the code as to why Jaclyn is pushing that Amazon affiliate link so much. And actually they're thinking this is why the fiance is doing it as well. I didn't know that you could do this with a lot of e-commerce websites out there, but if you go to the website and you type in like a really high amount of an item that you want, it's going to automatically direct you to the amount that's in stock and the amount that you can buy. Well, somebody from Reddit went over to Jaclyn Roxanne and they added all the new items from the wedding collection. They did this over a 48-hour period, I guess, after they figured out that they could do this. So the first thing that they put into their cart was the after party necklace, or as you like to call it,
the Afterpay necklace,
yes,
because that's more relatable.
So the after party necklace, when they originally did it, had 307 items in stock. When they did it 48 hours after, there were 302 in stock. So another one that they did were the promise earrings. When they originally did it, had 212 in stock. After 48 hours, it had 209 in stock.
I really do feel like the selling power that Jaclyn Hill once had is like not completely gone, but it's faded.
No, it definitely feels like it's fading. I think that people are over all these launches from Jaclyn Hill because it's not just like a launch here and there like it was with her collaborations. Now it's like there's going to be a launch. Next month, we're going to have another launch. After that, we're going to have another launch. And then on top of that, they're all clicking on her links on social media and buying up all these products that she says are amazing, like that Stanley Cup. But let me tell you, there is a whole community over on TikTok about the Stanley Cup because there are so many influencers pushing them right now. I guess there's like some kind of incentive right now that they're getting a higher commission.
Of course.
The Stanley Cup is everywhere, but there's also a community of people that bought the Stanley Cup because of these influencers, and now they're here to let you know that that Stanley Cup is not all that it's cracked up to be.
Oh my gosh, get a Stanley, it won't spill. Yeah, this was a waste of money.
Today I want to talk about why I regret buying my Stanley Cup. Like many of you, I was influenced in investing in this expensive cup to drink my water. It cost about $50 after shipping and tax. Like my dad says, la moa no es para todos, and I have to agree. I did not realize how strong you need to be to carry this cup around. After you add water to it, I swear to you, it's like a dumbbell. It is so heavy. I'm a 5'2", petite. I do not need to be carrying around a dumbbell to drink my water. It's not for me. Secondly, I'm not really a big fan of the straw popping out there. I think it's a little unsanitary. I admit it, like, the aesthetics of it is beautiful. Like, it's a really pretty cup. But it's the size of my torso. Huge. It's too much. This is a 40 ounce. Huge. I just feel like it's too much to be carrying this around. To be out in public? Look, I'm already sore carrying this thing right now. And thirdly, I'm gonna go back to my Hydro Flask.
Stanley Cup. Ice and water. It's leaking. Not as much as in the last video, but it's leaking. Yeti cup with a handle. Also full of water. Oh, look at that shit. Shake, 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 shake. Oh my God, look at all the water spilling out of that one. Yeah, no more water spilling out because it's just ice now. This is a way better cup. I'm so sorry. It's got a handle. It fits in a cup. Fits in a cup holder. The bottom of this cup is smaller, actually. Debate over.
Apparently, if you tip it to the side just a little bit, it's gonna leak everywhere.
The cups are pretty though.
No, they are pretty cups.
They make them in really cute colors.
Well, I believe these Stanley cups are like $65, $65, $70.
They're not cheap, yeah.
Not cheap at all. So the fact that they are allegedly leaking everywhere for people, that is extremely problematic. Shame on Jaclyn for pushing this cup. There's honestly a lot of complaints about these Stanley cups, so I don't know. Is anyone out there using a Stanley cup? Do you have one? Can you please let us know your honest review down below? They are very pretty cups, but $65 for a cup?
It's not worth it.
I don't know though. I have the Ember mug.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. I don't understand why these people are switching from Yeti cups. Like, I remember when they were lighting cars on fire with the Yeti cups inside with cups of ice, and the cups were just perfectly fine. They had ice in them after.
Those Yeti products are actually really good because over the summer before the house burned down, and actually after the house burned down, the cooler was still there. Somebody left a cooler by our pool and it had the ice not melted or anything for at least 4 or 5 days after the fact.
Oh,
that was
yeah,
crazy.
it was a good week probably.
Yes.
It's gonna be really interesting to see how Jaclyn progresses from here, because with her selling power going down and people not paying as much attention to her as they used to, that's gonna affect her bottom line at some point. So either she's really gonna have to start video production, or she's gonna have to like scale back with all these launches, because if it's not selling, that's just her wasting her own money.
I'm curious though as to how many items she actually had in stock, because if there's just like 200 left, who knows? Maybe she had like 5,000 in stock and that many. I don't think that there were that many people buying it, but maybe she had like 500 in stock and then it was just down to 200. So we're not saying the selling power is completely there for Jaclyn and it's completely diminished. It's just significantly different than what it used to be.
Yeah, significantly different.
I honestly do feel like Jaclyn Hill is stressing a little bit because of that, because she has all these brands now. I heard that there's a new launch coming from Jaclyn Cosmetics, so obviously they're trying to like rebrand over there, like recoup some money.
Yeah.
But I wonder when the next collection is going to come from Koze, because now that it's one of Oprah's favorite things, I think the next thing from Koze, if it's not the athletic stuff, I think she's going to do like a men's like pajama type of thing, so she could be like, look how cute and cozy you are in your matching pajamas with your man. And speaking of that, actually, another thing that I've seen about Jaclyn getting passed around on social media is the fact that Jordan had like all of his guy friends over and they had like a slumber party. It was like a pajama party or something, and Jaclyn was the only Jaclyn was the only woman there. A lot of people were saying that that was actually his bachelor party, and Jaclyn said, you are not going out to no club again, because remember that time that she was almost allegedly abducted was when Jordan was out at the club.
This sure
so
was.
she said, you're staying home. I'm gonna be safe. Bring all your guy friends over. You guys can just have a ball here. Old ball and chain. Getting back to Jaclyn and this Oprah Daily thing, which congratulations to her, because the check obviously cleared for the promotion over on the blog. But I do wonder how many people tune in to Oprah Daily, because back in the day, I'm sure it was millions of people. Now, I'm not so sure. You don't really hear anything about Oprah or Oprah Daily anymore. You honestly don't even hear that much about Oprah's favorite things anymore, except for around the holidays. But I wonder how much revenue that generates, because if Jaclyn did actually pay for this promotion, or she's paying like a PR person to get it on there, I wonder if there's a huge return in investment.
I don't think so.
No?
I just...
Are y'all reading the blogs to get recommendations for products to buy?
I feel like there is a market for people that still read blogs, because there are people that are really passionate about product reviews and things like that. But it's not like it was in like 2016, because everybody used to go to those beauty bloggers and stuff, and people aren't doing that anymore because of TikTok and YouTube and all these different social media platforms that people share their opinions on. They're just not writing articles like they used to, because it's easier to just sit down and film a video. Wouldn't you just be gagged if Jaclyn Hill did have like Oprah do a sponsored video or a sponsored post somewhere? Like, I don't even think that Jaclyn Hill has the budget for that.
Well, you know what's so crazy though? Oprah, when this whole thing was going on with Koze and Jaclyn was being accused of stealing that name from that other creator, there's another brand out there called Koze Earth, and they do pajamas, and that was one of the names that came up as, oh, Jaclyn's copying their idea. Well, Oprah has like some kind of sponsorship deal with them, or Oprah's affiliated with them in some way, because if you actually go to Oprah Daily, there's a whole Oprah Daily Koze Earth section, and Oprah's standing there in the pajamas. So I don't know if Oprah knows about those slippers from Koze, because wouldn't that go against the other line that she's working with?
Possibly.
Isn't that competition?
I think that the next product that Jaclyn Hill is going to launch is not going to be for men. I think it's going to be sheets, because Koze Earth, those sheets look really nice. I actually thought about buying those, but they're way too pricey.
And with that said, everyone, that is it for this video. We hope that you did enjoy it. If you made it this far, please leave us the suitcase emoji down below, and let us know if you think that was a typo from Michaela where she said hashtag gifted. Do you think an R was missing?
Yeah, I do. I do.
And we will see you guys all in our next video. Bye.